You've added to Wells Fargo, you've added to Raytheon, you've added to Chevron, you've added to Coca-Cola. Why?
Yeah. Well, I have been adding for the last couple of weeks, so some weeks it feels better than others, but all I can do is dollar cost average. And if I believe in kind of the medium to longer term that we do get through this pandemic, that we do eventually get a virus and we get the economy to start working again,
you mean a
then
vaccine,
I think some of these stocks, I'm sorry, the vaccine. But I think that some of the levels that these stocks have gotten at, I mean, just a week and a half ago, Wells Fargo was yielding 8%. It's now at 6.7%. You have a new CEO. He just hired 4 of his former colleagues from JP Morgan. They're going to restructure. They're going to lower costs, the whole 9 yards. And so I like that name. It's down still 45% on the year. On Raytheon, I love this combination with United Technologies and Raytheon. They've now completed the deal, and they've spun off Otis and Carrier. It's a much more simple company, but it is the number 2 defense player in the world, and they have a very strong backlog, good free cash flow generation. It is also yielding 4.7%. Just 2 days ago, it was at 5.2% dividend yield. So to me, those 2 names are very exciting.
What about
Chevron
some of these other
cut
moves?
the capex last
what
week.
about some of the, I'm sorry to interrupt you just real quick. I'll get to that. But what about what I mentioned at the top? You know, some of the moves that we've seen in retail stocks, which are up huge. Industrials are up almost 30%, may in fact be 30% now off of their lows. That doesn't give you pause at all, wondering whether those moves are justified, especially in some of the retail names?
But they're down 50, 60%.
Deservedly so, though, right? Deservedly so, no?
Well, I don't know. Some of them for sure. I mean, I think there are structural problems with Macy's and Kohl's and Nordstrom and the big box retailers. But I mean, Wynn Resorts is a real company. China is coming back, and the stock is down from 150, and it got to 40. I mean, that to me is like it has a franchise that is worth something more than 40 in my mind, right? So it's going to be volatile. And by the way, it was very painful to own it on the way down, but I just kept on slowly picking away because I do think, again, in a year's time, it'll be higher. You can't paint the same brush with every single discretionary company, but that's why I was buying Coke. It's high quality, good balance sheet. That's why I added McDonald's. That's why I added to Starbucks. All these companies, really good companies, great market share, awesome balance sheets, and some have very good dividend yields, and they got thrown away with all these other more speculative names. So you take a barbell, you own some quality, you own some wins of the world, and you just kind of stay disciplined and try not to panic and stay calm.